A battle of the gods. A battle to the test of time. Wildcard Gaming versus Method Black. A BlizzCon rematch in patch 8.3, although with a twist. Corruption now entangles the players. Who has the best advantage? Well, we'll find out. It's a best of 7. Winner takes the lion's share of the $4,000 prize. I'm Subatiz, joined with Zico and Joe through this 26-team bloodfest. We have finally narrowed it down to 2 teams. Now, I don't know if you could ask for 2 better ones here. How is this first game going to start? I mean, we've seen Blizzo on Windwalker Warrior. We've seen Waz on Rogue Windwalker. How are we envisioning game number 1, Joe?
I feel like it's definitely come between the battle of the mages. I feel both Mara and Raikou, kings of the fire mage right now, I would say. And, it'll just come down to maybe melee, mage, healer compositions. For the first game, I would think. Really not sure if maybe Blizzard will want to go on the Windwalker instead of the Warrior as well to get more burst pressure onto Raikou, since burst is just such a huge factor in these games right now. And I feel like Method Black are just going to run a Rogue Mage variant. Maybe the Rogue Mage Paladin, but they could run with pretty much any healer.
Yeah, and remember, guys, this is a best of 7, since this is the grand final. So we're probably going to get to see a lot of different compositions here. But I would agree with Joe. Probably some kind of Rogue Mage variant, at least in the start, and then they might take things to their alt compositions.
All right. I'm really excited to see how this starts off. It's going to be a surprise. We could really see anything. Maybe the safe play, they go with their bread and butter, their main compositions. Maybe we see a curveball, a prediction. There's so much that can happen between teams of this quality and range of classes. So as soon as we can get this underway, I can't wait to see what they're both going to bring to game number 1. Can Wildcard Gaming break the curse, defeat their European rivals, a team that's given them a challenge year after year after year? So I am really interested to see if they can settle the score here for the first time that they meet in 2020. And I'm sure it won't be the last, as there are going to be a lot of Method Mayhem events going on here before the AWC season starts, which is probably right after. It's going to be constant arena action pretty much every single weekend. If you want to be tuning in or if you want to be joining in, make sure that you sign up. Those North American signups close tomorrow morning, so definitely get on it. You'll be getting access to a tournament realm. You'll be able to build any class you want, get any gear you want, and do anything you want, okay? So go and have some fun. Jeez. Not asking a lot here, I don't think. But here in the grand final, the grand arena, starting on that neutral map, we're going to see, do we see this go all the way to game 7? Or game 5? Would it be game 7? I can't even do the math on it. Yeah.
It's a best
game
of 7. That means it could go game 7.
Okay, game 7.
It's game 7, Mugambala, the Prophecy.
I'm glad that I have EU casters
versus,
to do the math.
Wildcard versus Method Black, El Clasico at this point. Rematch of the BlizzCon final, the all-European BlizzCon final, I might add, Sid. And yeah, it's going to be a big show here. Rogue Mage, probably on the table. Windwalker DK on the table. Mage, Windwalker. Who knows what these guys are going to play? Joe, maybe?
Yep. I feel like I'm predicting a Rogue Mage Druid against Windwalker Mage Mistweaver. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like Wildcard Gaming, they probably want to try something different to their Warrior Mage Monk, just because even though their Warrior Mage Monk is solid, they probably feel like the Windwalker Monk can just have more at the table in general. I mean, we saw that work out against World Second. I feel like it could work out against Method Black. I feel like it's a very good composition overall into Method Black. They probably have a chance to win against everything, but again, Method Black having that Rogue Mage could give them the edge. I feel like they could take this series, but it will be a nail biter.
Okay. Looney's Mistweaver has been, I think it's been clutch for years at this point for them against Method Black, even when we saw the Outlaw Elemental Mistweaver from them a lot. So Looney has an extremely large amount of experience on it, and now Mistweaver is the meta, so this could work out well for them overall. Of course, Looney is still fully capable Resto Druid. We knew him as like the best defensive Resto Druid for years as well, but right now Mistweaver appears to be kind of the pinnacle healer, and Looney, I would say, is at the peak of that in terms of skill. So when we jump in here, I would imagine we're going to see that. Trying to get the lock in. Method is really taking their time to lock this in. I mean, I would imagine Looney plays either Windwalker, Mistweaver, Fire Mage, or Warrior, Fire Mage, Mistweaver.
Yeah.
As they're blind. And then Method Black is either Rogue Mage Pally or Rogue Mage Druid. I don't know if there's much. Is there any? I'm trying to think if there's anything that they're thinking about that I'm not.
I mean, obviously they have a lot of comps at their disposal, so they could end up picking anything that we're just unaware of. Those two comps just seem like the most safe pick, but that's the problem when you're running into compositions like this. You're kind of predicting their safe pick. You're just going to be like, their safe pick's probably going to be this. So whether you have a counter for it or not, that could just, give you that map advantage, that comp advantage, could be, something that's probably in the back of the minds, at least for Method Black, most likely for Wildcard Gaming as well. I just feel like Wildcard Gaming are going to be more limited with their options, whereas Method Black have a wider variety of comps to pick from.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get into game. Nagrand Arena, the grand final of the Method Mayhem. And I have the pleasure to introduce all of you beautiful individuals joining us tonight to Method Black's composition. Rogue, Frost DK, Monk. We just saw it played with a Holy Paladin, so now opting for the Monk, Wildcard, leading with their Warrior, Fire Mage, Mistweaver. This is their bread and butter comp. This is the comp that got Wildcard Gaming a second place at BlizzCon last year. And this is, like we mentioned, a best of 7 of the last time these two teams faced was in the BlizzCon Grand Final. So a lot of things, a lot of history here, a lot of rivalries between these two teams, and the gates are now open. Who will take game number 1?
All right, we're going to be opening things up here. The classic Warrior Mage Mistweaver, well known from Wildcard Gaming, and they're going to be against Method Black's Rogue DK with a Mistweaver twist. And now, I'm actually kind of scared from Chaz, because I feel like this could be an explosive opener from Wildcard Gaming, instantly getting the Trinket Vanish from Wads during the Sheep on Chaz. But now, Looney looking to push in, trying to get Alexi, but a nice Chains of Ice from Swapsy. Gonna deny that for now. Instead, Looney getting put into Alexi. Marrow taking a lot of damage, getting bursted heavily, but the Cocoon comes out. I'm so surprised the Cauterize didn't get procced there. This is kind of looking good for Wildcard Gaming, but both teams an explosive amount of damage.
Looney trinketed blind. He doesn't have Cocoon. Vendetta's still up. Oh, is Waz gonna switch to Looney? Motorcycle called in on Tomorrow. Maybe not. Morrow blinks the motorcycle. Blizzo soaks it for him. Interesting play there. Blizzo swapping to Chaz. Not wanting to stack up for that double blinding sheet. Stunning up Chaz, bursting him down, calling in his own motorcycle. Chaz, half his health just gone immediately. He's going to pop his Fortified Elixir to try and recover. Looney still with no Glider's Medallion. Waz rooted up in center field, not able to move, unfortunately. Both melee DPS under control from Morrow. Chaz is still the target from Blizzo. Having a pretty tough time at the moment. Porting, Looney's just punching him as well. Looney's trying to go after him. This healer train strategy from Blizzo and Looney, they've played it on multiple compositions now with different specializations. We see a Vitality Conduit casted there right before the crowd control, but they want Chaz. No combustion available. Chaz has a tentacle on him. They need to kill that tentacle. Okay, they snipe out the tentacle. Chaz rolls away. Blizzo not going to connect for some time. Chains of Ice. Okay, never mind. Leaps over. Sharpened Blades. Healing is reduced on Chaz, but he should be able to recover. Maybe not. Pummel available. Trying to fake out the pummel. Gets pummel. Doesn't fake it. Big dressing. Blizzo is so strong. Almost outright killing Chaz there. Managing to survive.
That was a crazy swap right there. Kick into Stormbolt. Chaz used every man for himself right there. And Honestly, Wildcard Gaming are playing insane. Blizz is playing insane. Morrow earlier blinked across the Jade statue and had it soak the motorcycle trinket. Things like that. That looked intentional as well. It's just big plays all around from Wildcard Gaming right now. Mario and a Kidney Shot getting a big life cocoon here. Blizzo back onto Chaz now, looking to dig in to the pressure, trying to keep up, but Chaz rolling off to safety. Chains of Ice going to be activated here, and Swapsy realizing he needs to chains Blizzo more. Chaz needs to kite a little bit more in range of Swapsy, cross the map back and forth, and that's going to make it a lot easier to get peels like that and just survive. Now full blind onto Looney. He trinkets out. Morrow kidneyed on his combustion right there. Chaz was in big trouble right there, but he was able to recover. And honestly, they could pull the trigger onto Looney later, or they could just keep tunneling Morrow. Right now, Method Black looking pretty okay, all things considered.
Yeah, they're looking okay considered, but this is the issue that I feel like with Chaz and the Mistweaver. I don't think he has as much experience at dealing with this kind of pressure, especially from Wildcard Gaming. But Swapsy actually pulls the trigger onto Looney. They might actually outright kill him through that safeguard, but they're unable to right now. He has the cocoon to answer if needed. That was a beautiful disarm coming out from Blizzo onto Waz, who actually ended up using his trinket evasion and vanish for that offensive go. They really wanted that kill, but now Chaz goes down instead. Night swap coming down from Wildcard Gaming onto him. Blizzo and Mario just kind of finding that weakness onto Chaz, being able to maintain pressure, getting a huge amount of burst damage, and are able to take game number 1.
Wildcard Gaming. I mean, first of all, we got to ask ourselves, did Method Black outpick themselves? But second of all, Wildcard Gaming looked insane.
Yeah. I mean, Wildcard Gaming, they always look insane in this comp, and I feel like Method Black, they must have known they're either against this or a Windwalker version, and now Chaz on the Mistweaver, he's recently picked it up, and he has been playing it well, but I feel like it's really difficult to kind of survive that pressure where you're getting tunneled down, and they must have known, playing with a Frost DK, that pretty much every melee mage composition goes for the healer when you play with a Frost DK. So, you know, maybe they thought that they could survive easier than they anticipated, but without the peels constantly, like Swapsy was the one peeling, putting Chains of Ice constantly onto Blizzo. Even Death Grip 1 go during a Stormbolt, which was the only reason Chaz survived even for this long. So I feel like they maybe outpicked themselves with this one.
It's not like they've picked a terrible healer or something. It's just I'm so used to seeing their druid, so it's still surprising to me. 5 seconds away from starting the grand final. Game 2, Method Black down 1 point in the series. Wildcard Gaming flipping over to their Windwalker. Try and mix it up a bit. Chaz going over onto the Mistweaver. Swapsy benched out here. What are the mages doing currently? Morrow pulling back, going for invisibility. Raikou in stealth. So is Waz. We've seen Waz delete a couple Mistweavers, so I'm curious if they want to start on to Looney. Waz and Morrow right next to each other. I'm so surprised Waz didn't see Morrow there. Might have been a free sap. Looney's trying to find them with that spinning crane kick. They get the sap.
Oh, they get a big opener here. Kidney shot onto Morrow. Combustion gets popped by Raikou. Full blind secured. Playing relentless. A lot of damage here. Disarm onto Waz. He trinkets out. Goes for the sap. Can't get it. Goes for the Garrote instead. Looney was in combat, and Morrow's going to escape. Pretty scot-free here. Method Black invested a lot of cooldowns there. Waz pretty much used everything. Could just get deleted later on. Morrow now in a smoke bomb. Full paralyze onto Crane's skill. Full sheep onto Blizzo. No damage really to back it up. Morrow gets distance with Waz. And he's going to stabilize.
It's going to stabilize, but this is the vendetta from Waz, the combustion from Mara. Both teams trying to get aggressive right now. And, you know, the only thing is that Mara, they got the cauterize, but that was their blind go. That was the kind of all in. Now they get a Ring of Frost onto Chaz. It does break, though. Raikou now going to escape justice for now. Dragon's Breath followed up, but without a DR Sheep. He's going to top him off with that Aura Mastery healing. And, you know, both monks right now doing well on mana. I mean, admittedly, the game really just started, and we're going to see how things pan pan out when these combustions keep rolling on, when the Windwalker and the Rogue use their offensive cooldowns to get a ton of pressure. And interestingly enough, a Song of Chi actually onto Looney right now. Pressure onto Marrow, a nicely timed Temporal Shield, though, gonna top him right off. No crowd control because Blizzo with a mighty double leg sweep to stop any follow-up crowd control. And things are, looking kind of evenly matched right now.
Song of Chi-Ji, a good substitute for the Cyclone. Interesting strategy here, breaking out the Mistweaver variant of the Rogue Mage. Both mages still the target. No big cooldown threats, but crowd control has been engaged. Chaz not able to heal. Raikou in a bit of trouble. Down dangerously low on health. Chaz is still crowd control, but he managed to sneak in a life cocoon. They're trying to punch through it, but very difficult to do that. Looney in a good position to avoid crowd control. Oh, no, as I say that, Chaz finds him. Doesn't go for the Song of Chi-Ji, unfortunately.
Whoa.
He might have been able to get a cauterize. He gets an ice block regardless. There's the Song of Chi-Ji. Morrow in ice block. That's going to be ending if they can get a poly. They get a polymorph. Morrow comes out of ice block. Will he be able to escape? He blinks back. He's taking so much damage from Raikou. Is he going to be able to hold on? Waz moving in. Gets polymorph. Chaz rolls over to dispel. Waz moving in to connect. Chaz is now crowd controlled and Raikou's in trouble. Raikou has to block. Good response here by Wildcard Gaming. Both mages, no block, only 3 minutes in.
Yeah, but Raikou has his cauterize, unlike Morrow. So Raikou with a slight cooldown lead, but both monks have their life cocoons available. Chaz is getting his back up in a second. Morrow and Raikou, who can get the CC first? Chaz actually might do it with a Song of Chi-Ji. No, Morrow gets the full sheep here. Do they have any follow-up? Vitality Conduit was activated right there by Looney. He's trying to preemptively use that on the paralyzed. Raikou taking quite a beating here. Chaz has to activate the life cocoon. Raikou goes for the full sheep here. Morrow in a full kidney shot. Trinkets out of it. Motorcycle comes through. He tries to blink into the statue, not able to find it. Song of Chi-Ji follow that up. Morrow on the ropes here, gets hit by the song. Full leg sweep onto Looney. Seconds away from getting the life cocoon. DR blind. They're trying to gun for the kill here, but Looney gets the life cocoon and Morrow hangs on, and now Raikou's in big trouble, Joe.
Yeah, Raikou's in big trouble. That was excellent play coming out from both teams. Good offensive setup from Method Black. Excellent crowd control, but Marrow, with the pre-temporal shield of his life, it's the only reason he is alive right now, but allowing Looney... Oh! Now he's just getting deleted from the game right now. And they actually let a sheep onto Looney. I think this could easily be the game. Marrow may just go down, but it looks like he's able to stop some CC. But Waz finds a DR sap. Cheap shot to follow up, and down goes Morrow. Method Black coming in with the Song of Chi-Ji. Gonna be GG.
Nice one. I like that. I like that.
Thank you, lad. Zito.
Thing they've always been holding it down. We just talk about Chaz being the best priest, and now they're here on their monks. We've seen them on their druids. We've seen them compete on everything. Method Black, Wildcard Gaming. Gates are open. Blizzo immediately going for Chaz here. Gets Garrote silenced. And now Morrow going to get open. Actually, no, Morrow gets polymorphed. They got cross crowd control. Blizzo is the target. Full leg sweep. He leaps into it. Waz reconnects with a DR kidney potentially. Song of GG gets channeled out. Almost winning the game in the opener here. Method Black on fire, but ultimately they only force out the life cocoon here.
Go 1-1, game 3. Blizzo has a little bit of a close call. They know that he is going to be a problem if they leave him open, but I think Morrow is equally going to be a problem. Anyone in this game left open is a big threat. Burst attempt onto Blizzo with no life cocoon. Looney, respecting the crowd control, trades out Glidier's medallion. Chaz is now polymorphed. They're trying to go after Raikou. They ring a piece him around the corner, but not able to connect, unfortunately. They still have Chaz locked down. Blizzo switching some damage to Waz, leaping back over to Raikou, gets Dragon's Breath, goes for a Stormbolt, tries to power through while there is no cocoon available for Chaz. Will Chaz be able to heal through Blizzo's damage right now? Grapple weapon, big swap onto Looney. No Gladiator's medallion. Do they have follow-up stuns? They do. They could close it out here. Gladiator safeguard going to proc. Not enough damage to cut through it. Looney survives the swap, but Waz, sneaky Waz, kept that vendetta in his back pocket. He knew that safeguard would stop the kill, so holding onto that cooldown now means that he can power through on the next stun, and Looney needs to be ready.
Yeah, Looney will need to be ready, but he is going to have that cocoon. They make a swap over onto Blizzo right now. Not using anything just yet, although Waz actually committing the Cloak of Shadows to this offensive go, but not really getting too much with it right now. Maro once again popping that combustion. Again, not getting too much with it either. Both teams just kind of making sure that they're not getting too much aggression as best as they can. Nice counterspell coming in from Maro onto that sheep. Gonna deny Raikou from getting that crowd control. Blizzo looking to try get a offensive. Beautiful blade stomp on that sheep. That means he's gonna be DR'd on that sheep. Get tons of pressure onto Raikou right now with the crowd control onto Chaz. They want to force that cauterize ice block right now, but they're unable to so far. Chaz looking to get some healing. He gets re-sheep though. Raikou blinking out of trouble. Finds the sheep on his own as well, but they need to get pressure with this crowd control.
Yeah, unfortunately, Waz going for that sheep. Big swap here onto Looney. Every cooldown in the game here from Method Black. They have a DR leg sweep. Nice war banner from Blizzo. He's going to keep his healer alive in that situation. Looney had no trinket. Method Black bringing a lot of aggression here, but now Raikou's on the back foot. Vitality Conduit doing some work for Method Black, but Raikou's still not full HP. Looney trinketing out of a blind now. Another opening here onto Looney, but he does have his Fort Brew. He could be fine. Maro now going for a full sheep. He secures it onto Chaz. They're going after Waz. This could be big trouble, Sid.
Okay, Waz sees it though. He feints, reduces a lot of damage. Chaz is out of crowd control. Should be able to pick him back up. Waz is waiting in the wings, maybe trying to re-stealth around the wall. Wondering if they want to go on Blizzo. Chaz rolls in. Song of GG being casted. Polymorph. Oh, overlapped a bit there. May not matter. Blizzo is just already avoiding the fight. He's getting nowhere near him. He knows he's the target, so Waz has to switch. He's going to go on to Maro. How much damage can they get out here? Looney's no longer crowd controlled. Looks like Looney is going to be able to pick Maro up in a hurry. Raikou now connected to by Blizzo. Waz pulls back to try and get Blizzo off of Raikou. Raikou retreating away, avoiding Blizzo. Blizzo now forced to switch to Waz. Blizzo just trying to do damage to whatever he can. Maro is sneaking in for crowd control. Gets denied by Raikou. Beautiful denial, but Maro's still going for it. Denied again by Raikou. Raikou with a total shutdown there. Blizzo taking a beating. Pure pressure. Stun in by Chaz. Song of GG being casted. Polly secured. Blizzo in trouble. Dangerously low. Has options. Which one is he going to pull? Intimidating shout onto the whole team, but he's hovering at critically low health. This is so brave from Blizzo, holding on to everything that he's got right now at 10% health, managing to make a recovery and not making a trade to do it. Now jumping into battle stance. Devastating damage. Grapple weapon in from Chaz. He knows Blizzo is threatening. Removing that damage. Looney gets interrupted by Waz. Blizzo falls behind. He blade storms out of line of sight for a moment. Raikou blinks in to get a poly. Looney dodges it around the corner. Pre-cocoons just in case. Maro has secured crowd control. Waz could be in trouble. Blizzo is 1v2ing Waz and Raikou right now. And he's winning. Waz down to half. Chaz should be able to get back into the fight and recover Waz. Waz not in line of sight. Vitality Conduit going to be enough. Maro switching to Raikou. These teams are all over the place right now. Really, anything could happen. Dampening just begins.
Yeah, dampening just begins, and both Wildcard Gaming and Method Black just keep shutting down each other's aggressive positions. Although now, beautiful parry coming in from Blizzo instantly when Looney gets blinded. They want to hold on to Looney's trinket right now, but he gets sapped. Die by the Sword's gonna fade. He's doing an excellent job though of lining side Raikou, whilst Maro also sheeps up Raikou. They're trying to hold on to Looney's trinket right now, but they land a kidney onto Blizzo. The damage is gonna come sneaking in right now. Triple DR sheep into a DR Dragon's Breath, but it's gonna be enough for the life cocoon. Excellent defensive plays coming in from Wildcard Gaming, and now they turn their attentions onto Raikou, trying to get pressure onto him. Both monks though dealing with this pressure quite well. That's actually the life cocoon going to come out from Chaz onto Raikou, so there could be an opening to go onto Raikou in the near future.
Yeah, the Raikou needs to be kind of careful right now. Chaz in a full poly, but it's Waz taking the damage here. Activates his Cloak of Shadows, holding on to the evasion. Is he crazy? Right now using that, getting feared on it. He could just go down through it. No Cloak of Shadows. Maro connects. Full fear onto Chaz is gonna fade. Chaz can finally breathe a little bit, keep him alive, but it's Blizzo now in big trouble here. Dropping quite low there. Full leg sweep onto Looney. Song of GG comes out, hits him. No sheep just yet though. Maro diffusing that situation beautifully. And now a kidney shot here onto Blizzo. Both teams kind of neutralizing after that close call. But Waz has no more cooldowns. And honestly, Wildcard Gaming could just exploit that big time for the next minute and a half.
Okay, let's see what they can get done here. Blizzo blade storming over, stuns Chaz, sets up for a polymorph potentially. Morrow not finding it. Waz stops it, but a double ring. That could be devastating. No, they're actually going on to Waz. They know he has no cooldowns. Raikou is trying to save Waz. He's polymorphing Blizzo. He Dragon's Breath 2 members. Will it be enough? But Chaz is still crowd controlled. Waz is in so much trouble. He stuns Blizzo. Buys time. Chaz cocoons. Waz should recover. Nice play by Raikou to stall that out. That was the game-winning situation for Wildcard Gaming. They get denied. Blizzo is still just playing out of his mind, chasing Raikou down despite having no Diablo Sword and no Gladius Medallion. Now switching targets. Raikou is too elusive. Chaz is getting crowd controlled again. Morrow gets shut down on the poly. No ring available, but they don't care. They just pop combustion and go for damage. Waz has to vanish out of the fight, immediately re-engage with the kidney shot. Looney going to respect it. Trinket out of the blind to recover. Now Waz falls further behind. Chaz gets counterspelled. Insane push here from Wildcard Gaming, and it may not even be over yet.
It may not be over. Blizzard getting a ton of pressure onto Waz. They land a full fit onto Chaz right now, followed by a Ring of Frost. Waz has to play out of his mind defensively right now in order to survive this pressure. Meanwhile, though, Blizzo dropping low as well. There's the kidney spine trigger coming from Waz, but he's going to be in more trouble. He's going to hold on. There's the life cocoon. He's going to have a few more seconds. That Cloak of Shadows and Evasion going to come back down as well. Although at the same time, Blizzo getting that die by the sword. So this could easily come down to which monk can't just kind of neutralize the pressure, as well as each other just kind of playing defensively, kiting well during each other's offensive goes.
Yeah, and speaking of that, Blizzo right now taking heavy fire, motorcycle connect, full leg sweep onto Looney. Do they have anything to follow that up? It doesn't look like it. Looney should be able to recover Blizzo in that situation, but that was the trinket hand die by the sword for Waz's Vendetta. Raikou still has his combustion. They could kill Blizzo outright in this next kidney shot. Smoke bomb up in 20-second. Opportunity knocking here for Method Black. And right now, Wildcard Gaming don't really have any more openings. Waz has all of his cooldowns back up. Raikou is taking some damage, though. They need to keep this pressure on Raikou up. Sharpened Blade gets used, and Waz now getting ready for the trigger to be pulled here. There we go. Potential for full leg sweep. No, it's Wildcard. They pull the trigger first. Full sheep onto Morrow. They're diffusing that situation. Waz should be completely fine. Chaz gets kicked. Morrow gets counterspelled, and there we go. Full Song of CG. Blizzo in a world of trouble. Morrow with the Dragon's Breath should keep Blizzo alive in that situation, and the Life Cocoon connects there in the nick of time.
Well, now a counterattack. Waz has to evasion. Both Blizzo and Waz have been under heavy fire for the better part of 4 minutes. Chaz now feared. Waz stunned. He trinkets. Evasion about to fade. Do they have anything to chain? Only a 1-second poly. Is it enough? Big vroom from Blizzo. But now Blizzo gets stunned away, and Waz hovers at 20%, recovering with the Vitality Conduit of Chaz. Life Cocoon available. A slight lead here for Method Black in Game 3 as they look to take the lead and take the swing match advantage away from Wildcard Gaming. They can hold out to the next polymorph here or get a trinket with the blind. Waz needs to make that decision right now. They land a polymorph. If they get trinket with this, they win on blind. If they don't trinket, they may just win right now. Blizzo blade storming away, trying to avoid the kidney shot, trying to break up the chain, but no, totally outright decimation. Method Black take Game 3, take the swing match advantage, and take the lead in this best-of-7 grand finals.
Well fought from both teams. Honestly, Waz could have gone down. Everybody could have gone down. Raikou was super close as well at multiple moments. But ultimately, it is Method Black, the consistency, the Song of GG, just the raw pressure as well coming out there. And they managed to take Blizzo down at the end. Just Blizzo who falls. Not Morrow, actually. They spend most of the game going after Morrow, but yeah, Blizzo.
For everyone watching.
Yeah, can Zipai be tagged in this time of need for his team and bring them the victory? We're going to see if he can do that. Rogue Mage, Monk selected here, and actually Way of the Crane selected for Looney. So a bit of a surprise right there. Going to allow him to break out some of these stuns. Full stab on the Blizzo. Opener onto the DK. Now kidney shot onto Looney. Drastic trigger comes out. There is the combustion as well. Grip into Blinding Sleet, into double leg sweep, into double Ring of Peace, into triple Dragon's Breath here from Raikou. A lot of damage, a lot of cooldowns used here offensively, but nothing really forced in terms of defense from both teams so far.
Yeah, both teams looking pretty good. Just again, once again, they just negating each other's offensive plays. You know, Waz going for the kidney onto Looney, and both Blizzo and Zeepai just peeling that. And then when they try to get aggressive, Raikou peeling with a Dragon's Breath. But now, double leg sweep onto Waz and Raikou. Surely one of them needs to trinket. No, Chaz instead gonna wait out that paralysis, use his cocoon, and gonna keep Raikou nice and healthy.
The box 8 Waz's motorcycle on Blizzo. It's so unlucky. Blizzo now on target, going after Raikou, interrupting him, taking a huge amount of pressure at the moment. Vitality Conduit from Chaz to recover throughout that attack. Temporal as well, soaking the hits, but Waz has Vendetta. He wants to go after Looney. Let's see if Looney can deal with this assault. He's on top of Chaz. Wondering if he wants to go for a double leg sweep or something. Chaz relays his port down here. And now Looney's repositioning, but he's in line of sight of Raikou in the stun. I'm not sure if I'm the biggest fan of this positioning. He's stunned up, he's silenced. That's going to be his Fort Brew. He ports to the other side of the map and manages to survive. Bit of a close call there for him. And this is what I was worried with the Monk, is if Looney will be able to live. But at the moment, Best World Raikou under assault. Zeepai popping that Pillar of Frost, a huge increase of damage. Blizzo is just soloing Raikou. Chaz has to life cocoon that. Now they switch to Waz. No life cocoon for him, looking to try and find an evasion. That Lash of Void fist weapon from Blizzo, unleashing all of those voidy tentacles over onto Waz. Now a blind on Looney, big power play here, but they grapple weapon the sap. Well timed by Blizzo, flexing between that Windwalker and Warrior like it's nothing.
Yeah, ooh, nice counterspell security for Raikou. Dragon's Breath comes in, so he can't activate the Touch of Karma. Barely gets it off here onto Waz. Unbelievable there, Raikou just creating that out of thin air. Beautiful stuff. They force out the Touch of Karma, they force out the Diffuse Magic. They don't have the blind though, but they have an opportunity to kill Blizzo. If they can push in and get a Sheep or a Song of GG, that could potentially be the game. Waz could look to set up. Oh, another counterspell security here. Raikou with the combustion. Just moving in for the paralyzed. He gets paralyzed by Looney before he can get it off, and he gets stunned there. And now Looney getting a leg sweep as well by Chaz, but that was super close. Looney, I mean, the only reason why they are still alive here is because you can use Paralyze while you're kicked, and Looney reacted so fast there. Really, really good stuff. And also Raikou against Kieran Counterspell, and now Blizzo in big trouble. There's the Paralyze. Blizzo potentially just going to go down here.
Yeah, he was so close to going down, and I agree with you. Looney read that a bit like a book. He saw Chaz rolling in, so he got the paralysis on him before he was in para on himself, and that's the only reason why this game is still going on. What I would like to see, though, is Zeepai to try and get on that mage more. I feel like he's telling Waz a bit too hard, not getting that hard stop aura and the delirium on Raikou long enough, so he's able to just have more uptime with his blink. So would definitely like to see Zeepai trying to connect on the Raikou more, and then if they need peels on the Rogue, Blizzo could just come back, harass him with his spam roots, his stuns, his grapple weapon, his paralysis, because I definitely don't like the fact that a Frost DK is riding the Rogue, but it could work out for them later on in dampening if they're unable to, you know, get a kill and can just out-damp them. Now, Grip into double stun onto Raikou and Waz, but a nice Ring of Peace actually coming out to stop that. They get the cocoon onto Raikou, and once again, kind of stop their pressure.
Oh, swap, drop, and roll. Looney in trouble. Dropping that anti-magic zone. Zeepai saves the day, nullifying that combustion. Now ropping Waz away from that target. Looney always going to be susceptible to those swaps. Keeping his eyes open there. Good teamwork to survive that one. Touch of Death available. Blizzo wants to make a play. Looney rolling across midfield, avoiding Waz all day long, pretty much. Cat and mouse between these two. Stunned up again in Raikou's line of sight. They blind Raikou. They're not breaking it. They're playing it patiently, waiting for Looney to get out of the stun. He ports back to the pillar and recovers. Once again, good teamwork there from Wildcard Gaming to survive. They have a slight mana lead as dampening starts here at 5 minutes into game number 4. Can Wildcard Gaming tie this up? Best of 7, grand finals. $4,000 prize tournament here for the first European Method Mayhem BlizzCon final rematch. Blizzo is patiently sitting on this Touch of Death, just waiting to pull the trigger. He doesn't want to get Life Cocoon utilized on it. He would love to get a block, so going for a paralysis and trying to burst him down, not finding it. Now Waz setting up another stun over onto Looney. Meteor around the corner. It's not enough damage, I think, to take Looney down in this position. He can Life Cocoon if he needs to. He'll paralysis Waz, move on over to the other side, immediately top himself off. The power of the Mistweaver.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there from Looney. And Waz gonna have Vendetta rolling back up in about 40 seconds. Raikou gonna have his combustion pretty much on the next fireball cast here. So Raikou is gonna look to do devastating damage. And there it is, kidney shot, combustion immediately pulled, blinding sleet, double leg sweep, trinketed by Waz. He gets the Cloak of Shadows, but it's overlapped with the Life Cocoon from Chaz here. And Wildcard Gaming looking at prime position. Blizzo gets knocked down, and a preemptive Life Cocoon on that blind. Looney has just been a monster this game. That was so close right there. And that was a nice attempt there by Chaz with that Ring of Peace too. But now full swap here onto Looney. No damage to back it up, though. A beautiful disarm from Blizzo. He's going to keep Looney going. And honestly, Wildcard Gaming, once again, just playing so impressively defensively. Now they're pulling the trigger onto Raikou and Waz. Waz, no trinket, no Cloak of Shadows right now. It was overlapped a little bit earlier. Not too much damage. Chaz being able to heal through that with ease, Joe.
Yeah, he was able to heal through that relatively well, although he is getting a bit behind on mana, but they pop the trigger onto Blizzo, trying to kill him before he gets that Touch of Karma, ends up using the Diffuse Magic instead, and then he has to use the Touch of Karma anyway, so a little misplayed, which could prove costly, especially since Raikou's going to be getting that Combustion back. Waz also has this Vendetta. Their next offensive go with Crowd Control onto Looney could spell trouble, but at the same time, so much cleave damage. On the entire team of Method Black, they just completely reversed that instantly. Now Waz trying to go for the Vendetta play onto Blizzard, but he's gonna easily cry out of that, survive that Vendetta go from him. So a little bit trigger happy, I would say, on that Vendetta go onto Blizzo. Things are gonna be diffused, but what an incredible amount of cleave pressure they're getting. Now Double Sun onto Waz and Raikou. They knock off Chaz as well. Raikou dropping lower and lower as well as Waz. They have no defensive cooldowns. Nice Cocoon coming out from Looney to survive this go. Both teams are going ham with pressure and are struggling to live.
Chaz spent a lot more mana to recover. We're now almost at 20% dampening. Blizzo has been holding on to this Touch of Death for the better part of, I feel like, 5 minutes. So still waiting to see when he finds an opportunity for that. If he places it well, they could win. Is Chaz drinking there on the side? It looks like he is. He got a bit of mana, but now he's crowd controlled and Waz has no way to escape. 1 more second left. He vanishes.
Oh my
and
god.
Sub 0.01% Life Cocoon saves him, but now Chaz is getting swapped too. He's interrupted. He tries to roll away. Zeepai's crowd controlled. Waz goes for a swap onto Looney while this is all happening. He's not going to find a kill there. Now he's overextended. Chaz needs to get in line of sight. That's the Touch of Death. Big hit. It got banished, unfortunately. Grapple weapon, Fists of Fury. Big damage here. Dressed-to-Gat trinkets coming in, cracking Waz's spine. Waz turns the pressure around, stuns Blizzo. Raikou pops that combustion. Big damage and a counter-aggressive push, but Blizzo has more than enough answers for the combustion. If I'm Wildcard Gaming, it's time to go. It's time to get on top of them and finish this off. They disrupt the polymorph. They deny Raikou. He's going for Ring, but he's not going to find it. He finds it in the DPS, but not the target that he wanted. Looney avoiding that. Trying to heal Blizzo, but healing through a box is pretty hard. Raikou blinks in and sneaks the poly, but Looney says, I know you're going to blink that. Life Cocoon's the full polymorph. Blizzo absorbs all the hits. Waz gets gripped too far away into a double blinding sheet. Looney moves in for the leg sweep, landing it onto 2 players. Blizzo trying to get over there, but he's polymorphed. The Death Knight is stunned. This stun and poly, the only reason Waz and Chaz didn't instantly get obliterated, and now suddenly out of nowhere, Zeepai, the target, hovering at 30% health. His healer crowd control. He has answers. He has cooldowns, but he's not trading. He activates anti-magic zone at 10%. Trading up with the Vendetta. Gets robbed out of the anti-magic zone. He can't get back inside. Vendetta is rolling. Huge damage. Icebound Fortitude at 10%. And Looney somehow, some way, healing through the pressure, healing through the onslaught, and at least holding him at 50% health. Now Looney stunned up, and there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Motorcycle on a dead body. BM. Zeepai gets taken out, and who would have thought that Zeepai would be the one to die at the end of all of that? Oh man, Method Black, they're on match point.
I felt like he had every cooldown, and then he just didn't use anything, dropped to 10%, used everything, and then all of a sudden, Method Black finds themselves only 1 win away from being crowned the Method Mayhem 3 versus 3 arena champions in Europe. A lot of pressure here on Wildcard, and honestly, it looked like that comp was owning their Rogue Mage. They had the mana lead, they had cooldown lead, they had everything, and then 2 kidneys, and Zeepai was gonzo. Zeepai was Zeep Die. Final fitting resting peak. Maybe stretching that one a little bit. But the gates are now open, ladies and gentlemen. The final, potentially final game of the Method Mayhem 3v3 tournament. At least it will be, if Method Black has anything to say about it. Was looking for the opener here. Not gonna sap. Looney gets taken out from stuff. He's looking at Blizzo. He gets rooted up. Everybody lining that subterfuge, not allowing Waz to garrote a single member of Wildcard Gaming. Very rare to see that even happen. And Raikou now going to be the target here. Looney pushing forward. Chaz can't really pull the trigger just yet. Looney in a kidney shot. Preemptive port fire brew on that. Motorcycle trinket connects, but doesn't do too much. Looney was wearing a helmet for that one, so he's going to be fine in that situation. And now Zeepai and Blizzo are looking to kill Waz.
Yeah, definitely want those helmets if you're going to be dealing with that bike trinket. And now they turn their attentions onto Waz, make sure he doesn't have too much uptime, onto Looney, especially when he doesn't have the fortified brew right now. He still has that cocoon though, and there is going to be this first setup onto Waz and Raikou. Waz actually instantly trinket and Cloak of Shadows to deal with that chill streak, make sure that he doesn't take too much damage, but that means during this blind attempt, he gets disarmed. But a nice sheep followed up by Raikou, kidney shot onto Blizzard right now. He's taking a lot of damage, and I believe Looney actually cocooned Zeepai instead, so they swapped their attentions onto Blizzard before he got hit with that sheep. And now that's going to be all right for Wildcard Gaming. They turn their attentions onto Raikou. Things are looking pretty good for both teams.
Right, both teams evening out here. It's match point. If Method Black take this, they're going to be the Method Mayhem champions. Blizzo sitting on that touch of death again. Maybe he just wants it to always be a threat so the other team doesn't overcommit, but big swap over onto Looney. Double stun combo. Combustion popped. Where's the anti-magic zone? They're not going to make the trade. I guess Looney's comfortable without it. Obviously, Raikou running that fire starter. Every fireball reduces the cooldown of his combustion, so you really do want to make sure you're using anti-magic zone if you need to. Otherwise, the next time combustion rolls up, might not have it. So, wise maneuver here. Looney moving in. They're actually maybe just trying to run away. Running away from Waz. I thought he was going to drive by crowd control Chaz, but Waz is no longer snared by chains of ice. Looney's all alone. His team is crowd controlled. He's got to avoid kidney shot as long as possible. Uses Ring of Peace, but Waz is able to re-stealth. Find a silence, no stun. Now paralysis used defensively. There's that chains of ice from Zeepai onto Waz, wanting to make sure that Waz waddles a lot here in this game. Raikou taking a huge amount of damage. They grip in, but Raikou blinks the grip. Now it's just Chaz. He's very low, but he portals back out of the fray. If Raikou wasn't able to blink away from that, Chill Streak would bounce between both targets and probably have just totally erased Chaz. So Raikou, with some quick thinking there on that blink, escapes and saves Chaz.
Yeah, pre-blinking those setups is crucial because, of course, of the Chill Streak not bouncing. Chaz staying back, just healing. Oh, Looney gets kicked here. They look to maybe pull the trigger onto Blizzo. Sheep shot onto Blizzo. Waz is looking for Looney. Honestly, Waz hasn't been having a really difficult time connecting onto anybody this game. He's just been waddling around in chains of ice. And meanwhile, Raikou is just getting destroyed here by Blizzo. Full sheep secured. Finally, Raikou is going to be able to get a little bit of distance here from Blizzo. And now Chaz looking maybe to get a drink here. Both teams kind of just taking it easy. Now the trigger has been pulled. Waz doing what he can here, gets a kidney shot, dropping Looney to about 50%, and now Zeepai and Blizzo are going to go after Waz. Chaz was able to get full mana right there, so both teams know this is going to be a long one, playing it out for the long game. I want to see Method Black focus Blizzo a little bit more because that's how they get the pressure. They need to make sure that Looney, is scared of getting blinded, preemptively using Life Cocoon to Blizzo and things like that by having more pressure. Right now, they're just chasing Looney and not really accomplishing much.
Yeah, you're right, and I think that comes down to the mind pick we saw last game. It was quite a close game, but this map seems a lot more difficult for them to connect onto Looney. Blind onto him, though. Blizzard going to be in trouble, but he actually gets away, uses that Fortified Brew. Still not out of the woodworks just yet. Nice defensive Fist of Fury, but Waz going to step kidney that, sensing blood in the water, wants to go through that Fortified Brew, but Looney is going to back him up using that Oral Mastery to top him off, and an excellent play by Blizzard, only using the Fortified Brew during the blind go. onto him, and now they're going to be looking to get aggressive again. Actually swapping over onto Chaz right now, looking like they're going to opt to get onto him right now, though. Raikou with the good pills, getting those sheeps out and being able to just allow Chaz to live. They're trying to get aggressive onto Blizzo, but he actually pre-karmas the kidney shot on him. Excellent plays once again by Blizzo defensively on this Windwalker Monk.
Still, the main goal of Method Black is just don't die and don't run out of mana. Right now, that's dangerous, though. Raikou very low on health, stacked up with Waz. Waz cloaks. Raikou tempts. Life Cocoon on Raikou. Chaz should be able to begin to stabilize both of them, but I feel like the Windwalker DK is the one on the clock. Although they also are at risk of dying if they overextend to the Rogue Mage pressure. This is such a stressful position to be in right now. Looney predicts this attack. He pre-fortifying elixirs. It's going to reduce a lot of Waz's damage. Waz, I don't think he's going to find a kill anytime soon here unless Raikou wants to pull Combustion. Touch of Death is rolling. Lizzo finally pulling that out of his pocket, but Raikou just double blinks away. Touch of Death going to connect. They paralysis Chaz. Maybe Blizzo goes for a solo kill. Does he have a Drestagath? He kicks the Poly, goes for Fist while Raikou can't blink out. Big combo. He ring of pieces Chaz on the heel. Blizzo's soloing Raikou right now, but there's no more disruption. Chaz is able to freely heal. It will cost him a lot of mana, at least through that push, but they need to run him completely out of mana soon. 8% into dampening, and Z-Pi becomes a juicier and juicier target.
Oh, double leg sweep here. Raikou in big trouble. Gonna use the ice block, but it's overlapped with the life cocoon, and a big swap here onto Looney as well. And that was the anti-magic zone without combustion or vendetta being committed. So Looney could be a juicy target. And like you mentioned, Sid, we are stepping into that dampening where the DK becomes more and more of a juicy target. Potential for Method Black to take down Z-Pi a little bit later on. Right now, Raikou just sheeping off these melees, trying to do what he can. Right now, Looney still the main target of choice here, but Looney doing a great job kiting Waz. Waz just not able to do anything, and Blizzo rolls over, keeping him in combat, so he can't even re-stealth and walk to Looney in stealth. He's just forced to waddle through the game, and it's just forcing him to go to Blizzo with this kidney shot that's not going to do too much, really, and he's just going to go for Looney, try to get some bleeds, but even then, Looney's just porting away. Waz having a tough time connecting, and Raikou in a lot of trouble right now.
Ooh. Yeah, Raikou in a lot of trouble, but once again, blinking that blinding sleep, making sure he's not subject to the double leg sweep. Raikou playing out of his mind, knows exactly how to predict these setups when the death grip happens, and then blinks out of trouble. But at the same time, not having that ice block is going to prove devastating, and they land a double leg sweep. This just could be it. Chaz may need to use that cocoon. It does come out, overlap slightly with the temporal shield, but don't blame them at all, because that's a lot of burst damage. But for now, Raikou, no ice block, no temporal shield, no cocoon. They're just chunking him through. They're trying to win now with the vendetta onto Blizzo. He uses that diffuse. He has the karma if he needs to as well, but they're trying to save that. Looney getting some heals, and I am worried for Raikou's life right now. Blizzo still has that karma. If they get crowd control onto Chaz, they could easily take down Raikou, but a full blind onto Looney. They're going to be looking for a crowd control setup. Blizzo's not having it, though. Instantly portals away, is 100 yards away from Looney, and he's going to top himself back up, run back into Raikou, and they live that blind go excellently.
26 teams all weekend long. Absolute mayhem here. Will Wildcard Gaming be knocked out of the tournament? They need to win this game if they want to still have a chance of taking it. Right now, they've got Ice Block out of the way. They've got a good shot, crowd control on Chaz, but see that number at the top of your screen, the red one? The higher that gets, the more likely Z-Pi is going to die. That is the clock for Z-Pi to find a kill. Chaz is almost completely out of mana, and no ice block, no life cocoon. This is the best shot that Wildcard Gaming have really had in the series so far on this composition. They just need to push forward with a little bit more pressure. They're staying on target, but Looney is in crowd control. Raikou gets bursted. Now Chaz in crowd control. Ooh. We see Looney move in, leg sweep the kidney. Try and stabilize Z-Pi throughout this push, but now we see Looney leg swept. He breaks out. Grapple weapon, denying some damage and death strikes. Big motorcycle connects from Waz. Raikou still very low on health, likely going to be the cauterized. Touch of Death is available. There's no life cocoon. Is Wildcard Gaming going to be able to pull this back? Chaz is crowd controlled. They're pushing for a double kill. Raikou's cauterized, likely to trigger. Life cocoon comes off cooldown again. They pop combustion. They try and go for the kill. They're so far behind. They need to stay alive a little bit longer. They're not high enough into damp. happening, but they're just absolutely getting shredded right now by the Windwalker DK. They can't find their footing, and if they're not able to, they're simply going to be overwhelmed as we see the Vitality Conduit saving Raikou for a moment, but Was is at half health, Chaz is at half health. He has absolutely no mana left. He's interrupted. Raikou's cauterized triggers. He's on the run, but he is melting Raikou down. Wildcard Gaming stay alive in the grand finals, taking us to game 6.
Beautiful stuff. Long, nice game here. Wildcard Gaming just keeping their composure, playing it out defensively, not giving out any openings, not overlapping any cooldowns, playing it nice and safe, running Chaz out of mana. A lot more pressure here onto the mage as well. I know Joe wanted to see that, and you're able to walk away with the victory. But at the same time, that was a counter pick. If they blind pick this, I think Method Black would like to run something else.
And, so far it's looking good for them. They only dropped 1 game so far as the Rogue Mage Monk. So we're going to see if they're able to take this win and take the tournament.
We're still on match point here. Method Black just need 1 win. Wildcard Gaming have to battle against the odds. They won't have their map selection. They won't have their comp advantage. And this Rogue Mage Mistweaver is looking lethal from Method Black. Chaz and Blizzo kind of going at each other here around the corner. Wondering how they want to start this. It looks like Waz wants to start on maybe Looney. Moving back and forth. Going back onto Morrow. Morrow is overextended in that paralysis. Big stun off the back of it. He knows he's out of line of sight. They go all in with the motorcycle. They got a tentacle proc. They get a life cocoon. Waz strikes for first cocoon.
First blood. No, I'm just kidding. First. Nah, it doesn't work. Tentacle is going to get killed off. Raikou in a lot of trouble here. Chaz in a paralyze into a full leg sweep. Raikou getting drastic gaffed. Life cocoon gets shredded through. What on earth is his damage coming out of Blizz on that Windwalker right now? He wants the game 7. He wants to force a big cooldown here from Raikou. Morrow taking huge damage here. Full sheep onto Looney. Surely it's going to be something. No. Chaz not going to be able to find the song of GG. Raikou not going to be able to get the repolymorph. Nice shutdown by Blizzo. And Chaz ports away from Morrow's blink poly there. Gets paralyzed now. Raikou on the back foot. But nice sheep there onto Blizzo is going to keep Raikou alive. Morrow gets counterspelled. Blizzo gets sheeped once again. Raikou looking to swap it here onto Looney. Looney realizing, so he's just staying far back. Raikou double blinks for it, lands it. Tentacle gets killed off by Morrow, and Morrow is somehow on full HP despite Looney sitting in so much crowd control.
Hey, he's going to be on full HP, and Mara using a well-timed temporal shield once again, going to top himself back up. But meanwhile, both monks, they get their cocoon back. They're going to have their safety nets just in case both teams try and get aggressive. Leg sweep onto Raikou, paralysis onto Chaz. They could potentially force a cauterize here. Another well-played temporal shield, though, from Raikou. Going to save that cauterize whilst Looney did land a nice leg sweep on both Waz and Chaz. And, Blizzo and Waz's pressure on each other's mages has been crazy. Both of them going toe-to-toe, doing a ton of damage, although Blizzo is chomping up Raikou. The combustion gets used as well, but nothing really majorly happens with it. So, would like to see more damage and pressure coming out with the combustion. There it is, a bit late onto Marrow, dropping down in that kidney shot. Looney free, though, able to free cast and keep himself topped.
All right, let's see if they can keep this going here. Chaz slightly behind on mana. No significant cooldown advantage just yet. Big damage on Raikou. Chaz pre-cocoons that paralyzed. Beautiful timing. Morrow now falls behind. It could be a cocoon from Looney in the immediate future, but he can't right now. He's crowd controlled. Huge damage on Morrow. Waz tearing in, and that will be a cocoon response. Chaz gets swapped to. Is he going to get dropped? Are we going to game 7? Huge damage. Raikou stalls with the double Dragon's Breath. Chaz portals away, but Morrow is there waiting for him. Morrow is there waiting for him.
No way.
He's going to a game 7. Unbelievable from Wildcard Gaming.
Unbelievable. What a nice swap that was to Chaz, and that's exactly what I was talking about in the pre-game. I want to see swaps to Chaz. I want to see him get punished on that monk, and we're going to game 7. If we get Mugambala, this is going to be the best birthday ever. Side, I actually like that they subbed out the Paladin, to be completely honest, because that they subbed in the Paladin, sorry, because the monk was, eventually he was going to get deleted. I mean, I'm surprised it even took that long for it to happen. But so Chaz on the Paladin, Gonna make sure that Method Black kind of has a little bit more survivability on their side, but it also means they are going to be on the clock. Once Chaz runs out of defense, that means we're looking at a dead Raikou, we're looking at a dead Chaz, we're looking at a dead Method Black. Waz looking for the opener, the gates are open, he gets a sap onto Looney, and since he hasn't opened on anybody else, it makes me think that he's going to open onto Looney. He gets a full kidney shot. Method Black looking to attack. Raikou, where is your combustion? He gets counterspelled on a fireball. Not the opener you wanted to get there, but that was the fortifying brew by Looney, moving in now to try to counter CC and get aggressive over onto Raikou here, Joe.
Yeah, that was a beautiful pre-fortified brew coming out from Looney once again on the opening pressure from Method Black, but now a blind into Sap. Pressure on the Mario, they're getting it mounted up. No temporal shield for now as well. Can they keep up the chain? No. Looney lands Cocoon. So far, Wildcard Gaming having a perfect answer for their perfect offensive setups. Now, Raikou the one taking a lot of pressure. Oh my god, they actually that cauterize right now before the Divine Favor heal came in. That's a huge step in the right direction for Wildcard Gaming.
Oh, Maro on the back foot, trying to recover. Double Dragon's Breath sets himself up for a polymorph. Raiku's in trouble. No cauterize available. Are they going to pull back the 3-game reverse sweep? Chaz Divine Shields out of that crowd control chain. That's an important cooldown now out of the way for Wildcard Gaming to find victory. There's no Vendetta. There's no Combust. There's no real threat. Oh, but Chaz has Blinding Light. Interesting crowd control choice here from Method Black. They get the full poly. This is their chance to strike back. Looney's going to trinket out of poly. No, now he doesn't have trinket for blind. He doesn't have trinket if they switch to him. Things are getting spicy here. Game 7.
Honestly, I want to see Method Black blind Looney into a perfect setup. Blizzard's playing Relentless. That should give... Oh my goodness gracious, Raikou going down without the ice cube right there.
Oh my...
And... Happy birthday to Raikou preemptively there. Blizzo delivering some birthday gifts there. Big crits there. And we're going to be wrong, both of us, Joe. It is going to be Raikou lying in that casket. And Wildcard Gaming, after being down 3-1, reverse sweeps Method Black in what could be one of the craziest finals we've ever seen. And they do it with style, going after each and every single one of the targets, going after Waz, going after their healer, going after Raikou in this final game, and having a pretty much flawless run in this tournament, not losing a single series. They lost one game prior to this series. Wildcard Gaming looking as good as ever.
They broke the curse.
They broke the curse, and it's due to Blizzard going in on that Windwalker. I think that last game, even though both teams played well, Wildcard Gaming played phenomenally because they shut down 2 scary Method Black setups with the opening go, Looney, pre-fortified brew. Then the blind go onto Looney, and they just about survived. Then they got an unsuspecting cauterized from Raikou. I don't know where the hell that damage came from. They just got cauterized like out of thin air almost. Like that was nuts. And then they kept up the pressure. Raikou, I mean, I feel bad for him because I feel like he's had such a good tournament, but then the last game not ice blocking, you know, it's such a shame to go out in that fashion because overall his tournament has been phenomenal. He's been playing insanely well, and then, you know, going out without the ice block, that's going to be a hard one for Method Black to shake.
Oh, we had 26. Oh, what?
Well, I just realized we said if they didn't choose Mugen Bala, they would have lost. So I guess me and Zeke were both right there. So they should have just chose Mugen Bala.
They should have just done it.
All right, here we go.
When Ricky was even in the chat.
We had 26 teams sign up for this event. So let's take a look at the bracket to see all the chaos. I mean, I have to zoom out so far just to even try and get half the teams in that we saw compete in this tournament. We saw a bunch of jungle cleaves try and mix it up and tear people apart with devastating damage. They couldn't make it all the way through, but Enlight, My Way, definitely putting on a show for us. We had a bunch of warriors try and see if they could make it. Blizzo did it out of all of them. Corruption Matters was Dre trying their best there. We saw the Anabola Pump trying to make a run as well, but unable to. Wildcard Gaming were really undefeated throughout the entire tournament. Method Black had them on match point. They had to reverse 3 wins in a row to take it, and they did it. Wildcard Gaming are your Method Mayhem 3v3 EU Edition champions. Method Black had a long run to get there and just missing it by a moment, unfortunately. GG's to all the teams that signed up in this event. Very entertaining games put on by all of you. Thank you to everyone in chat for coming and hanging out. Now, if you're from North America, you're going to want to sign up for the tournament next weekend. And I say this even if you're a team that doesn't think that they even stand a chance of winning, you're probably going to want to sign up because you will be getting access to the tournament realm, which means you can make any class, any character, any race, any gear, any tentacles, any combination, whatever you want. It's there. Your dreams, your imagination, use it. It's all there. All you have to do is get some friends, sign up, play, have some fun, and have a good time. Those signups close tomorrow morning, so do it now before you fall asleep and you forget, because we all know you are, and I'm going to be your mom right now, and okay? Just do it, and then it's over, and then you sign up, and then you get access, and then you have some fun. Europe signups will open soon as well, so make sure that you're on top of that as well. Follow the Method channel to know when that's all going on. Once again, thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to the competitors. Thank you to my co-casters. It's been a long weekend, but it's been a lot of fun, and that's all thanks to everyone involved. Shout out to the production, and shout out to Method for putting on this event. It's been a great time. We will see you next weekend. Good night, everybody.